Hi, everybody. Thank you very much for your patience, tolerance, and support in the light of recent events. Now, let's get on to some records. I have a lot of vinyl finds of all kinds to show you here today. These are items that I've gotten over the past weeks. It's been a while that I've had these, and now it's time to put them all together. I got quite an assortment of stuff, very different. And some of the stuff here is classic rock stuff. Some of it I think you'll really appreciate. And some of it afterwards is going to be a little bit of oddball stuff and a little silly stuff, a little bit of everything here. So I'm really excited to get this going. So let's get it underway. To start with, I have here a nice copy of the Rolling Stones album, Let It Bleed, which is a good album. People always ask me what's my favorite Stones albums, and although I love the compilations, I like albums like Some Girls the Best, Out of Our Heads, maybe Sticky Fingers, this one as well. Now this one here advertises that it has the poster and insert, an original, it says. So what I'm going to do is we're going to take a look and peruse that. London Stereophonic label. And as far as the insert, here we have it. Okay, and the poster, which I will produce now. All right. Yeah, the Rolling Stones. Love the Rolling Stones. They're my second favorite of the British bands. Okay. Okay, we're going to get another classic going here. I've got a lot of Bob Dylan albums. I like Bob Dylan and don't have every single one of them. This is one that took a while for me to get hold of. I finally got it. Self-Portrait. There you go. Alrighty. You got to pose for thumbnail pictures. And the label is this one, so that's the Columbia label. All right. Take a moment to put these back. There's some clear sleeves I really like now. There's a certain company that they're not available anymore because, there's a shortage of everything these days. But these are like really nice, very sharp and clear protective plastic sleeves. But you don't get into the problem where you have the resealable flap that sometimes can be annoying. This is something I never knew existed. I've never seen this. Now, I have part 1 of this. It's a compilation, and I didn't know there was a part 2, and it's the Dynamic House 4-album set, The Greatest Hits of Rock and Roll Part 2. Now, I have, and I've always seen, one of the most common compilations you ever see is part 1, which is in a pink box. It's the same exact look and design and character up here and song titles, but it's a multi-record set, the other one, and it's the one you always see. I mean, almost every other day at my record store I see the pink one. I never knew there was a part 2. Never knew there was a blue one sequel. This is the stuff that my mother grew up with, and thanks to my mom and her having the part 1 with the pink box, that's how I got a taste for 50s music. Love 50s music. What I'm going to show you here is an album I have already in really nice shape, but this was even more of an upgrade. It's my favorite Monkees album. It's more of the Monkees and the shrink wrap. It's an original. This particular copy, I think, is a stereo copy. I didn't check to see if the one I have already is a mono copy. I hope it is, because then it's not like I necessarily rebought the same thing. Because I have one sort of in shrink wrap. The shrink isn't as new looking as this one. I think the other one may be mono. I have to just double check that. I'll have that information maybe later for you. Here are a couple of albums by this. Oops, I just dropped a bunch of stuff. Don't worry about it. Sunny day out there. Sorry about the glare. Here is a couple of albums by this artist, also in the shrink wrap. It's Gary Lewis and the Playboys, really nice condition. This diamond ring. Jerry Lewis is the comedian's son. I really hope that this particular album is good. I mean, sometimes you take a chance if the price is right and buy albums. Nice condition on Liberty. You know, buy albums by artists. Even though you like one or two of their big hits, you know, you see if you like the rest. There's songs on here that are promising. Dream Lover, All Day and All of the Night. Needles and Pins, Love Potion number 9. Night Has a Thousand Eyes. Songs that you kind of know. So that's a good head start. So I'm going to follow right along, keeping in topic with Gary Lewis and the Playboys, for another hit song. I'm taking them all out of these so you can see the nice quality of the shrink. She's Just My Style. Another really, really good song, hit by them. This has Lies, All I Have to Do Is Dream, You've Got to Hide Your Love Away by the Beatles. Run for Your Life, I guess, by the Beatles also. Take Good Care of My Baby, You Didn't Have to Be So Nice, Down in the Boondocks. So there's a lot of songs. I won't take this out. It's the same label, but it's in great condition. You can tell. I couldn't resist these. They're in such great shape, and they play great. I played a little bit just to get an idea of the quality. Quality is good. Okay, this was a risk, but not necessarily that much. This is the Poppy Family, featuring Susan Jacks, who's, I guess, associated with Terry Jacks, who did the hit in the 70s, Seasons in the Sun. And this was a hit song, Which Way You Goin', Billy. But this is in immaculate shape, too. It's on London Records, like the Rolling Stones. And I heard one side of this already. I was at my record store weeks ago. This is going back a ways, you know. And I was curious about this, so I played it in the store. And I liked the first side that I heard. I think I heard side 2 first. And I said, yeah, there's good stuff on here. Sign me up. So I picked it up. Now, here's where we get to the stuff that's a little offbeat. To start with, we're going to go with Yoko Ono, everybody's favorite. This is a 12-inch single of No, No, No. And also on side 2, you have Dogtown, I Don't Know Why, and she gets down on her knees. Yoko's got some good songs. You might not like her singing, but she's a good songwriter. That's it, you know, a lot of good lyrics. Okay, here's something very odd. Again, going back weeks ago. Should have did something to keep my hair up. Sorry about that. It's falling down, folks. I heard a lot of weird circus music. There was a lot of instrumental circus type music, and there were songs that you kind of knew, a lot of them. Stuff like I don't know, maybe not all of them. I thought I knew some of the songs, but I can't think what they are. Chipmunk Song is one of them, the Chipmunk Song. But anyway, be that as it may, it had a sound of like Ferris wheels and I don't know, just like kind of flutes, and that sounded like the circus atmosphere anyway. And I thought the cover was so weird, you know. No, this is not John Wayne Gacy, no. This circus clown, I can never say Calliope. I never know how to say that. And I said, oh yeah, that's a cool cover. I don't want to freak anybody out. People are scared of clowns. But anyway, yeah. And I loved this. It was a background instrumental music. It was, as I say, a festival sound. It was like you went to a carnival. And I said, yeah, I'll buy that. Nice. Now, don't ask me about this one, but I got this because I had the first album. This is like, I think, the second album. It's called Sing Again with the Chipmunks, and this is the Chipmunks with David Seville, back when the Chipmunks, you know, kind of looked a little different. Simon, Theodore, and Alvin, you know, before they looked the way they came to look. Again, you know, Really nice shape. I got a lot of records on Liberty today, I'm noticing. I like how you have the gold foil here. The one before this, the first one, the Chipmunks' first album, I guess, had a red foil. So I really like that. Now, the next album here. I tell you, it ain't easy being me. You know, a hooker told me she had a headache. I get no respect at all. Are you kidding me? Oh, I tell you, my old man took me hunting. He gave me a 2-minute head start. Rodney Dangerfield, I don't get no respect. I had this album, I think I bought this album in the 1980s. It was a reissue. This is an original, thick cardboard in the shrink, and on Bell Records, which is weird. Rodney on Bell Records. The rest of the records I show you here, by the way, are going to all be on Bell Records. And the next 2 items are by the same artist on Bell Records. Does anybody out there want to think about the 1970s and guess what artists come to mind when you think about Bell Records? Well, I'll tell you. I'm talking about the Partridge Family. Now, I know the Partridge Family. Well, what's he doing with the Partridge Family? I don't know. Lately, we've had a Partridge Family attack. You know, every time we do live streams with my friends like Tim Allen and Robert S. Tim Allen started the tradition now of every once in a while he'll hold up a Partridge Family album. He's gotten us thinking and talking about the Partridge Family. This was cheap, affordable, and it's from Malaysia. This is an import. The first album, I think this is, and it's a Malaysian import, you know, so stateside records. So I think that's pretty cool, and I picked it up for that reason. And the last item here is another Partridge Family album that I didn't have. It's called Partridge Family Notebook. But look at that, on really nice quality cover. Usually this cover is always dirty. You know, it's white, right? It gets dirty, but this is clean in the shrink. And on Bell Records again. Yes, folks, I really do have a lot of good stores in my area. One day, in the hopefully not too distant future, we're going to be moving out of here and to another state, and I can't imagine what it's going to be like if there are not as many record stores around, or as good record stores as where I live. Thank you for watching, everybody. See you soon. Take care.